begin with the next topic in vectors. That is, yesterday we have come across derivation of that form, this form. Yesterday we had found out the algebraic form or the vector form of that equation using the geometrical meaning, that is using the coordinate system. We have found out that any vector r is given by xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap. Okay, this is also called as the vector form. So that was the algebraic form or the vector form of the any particular vector. Okay, so now in this vector form xi plus yj plus zk cap, x, y, z are the scalar components of R vector. Okay, scalar component of R vector means, scalar component means are the numbers, are the constants present in one particular vector. Okay, x, y, z are the scalar components of R vector, or also they are sometimes referred as rectangular components. So they are numbers, usually they are going to be numbers. For example, if I think of a rough example for this one, in some of the equations it will be 2i cap 4j cap plus 3k cap, something like this. Okay, so this type of equation will have a image, it will look something like this, where 2, 4, 3 are nothing but the scalar components or the rectangular components of any given vector. So then after that, the together, that is xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap, are the vector components present in it. Okay, so since it is having a vector along with that, or vector multiplied along with that, that is called as a vector component. Okay, then next, in yesterday's diagram, that is something like this. Okay, like this, we have seen that this particular thing is my R vector, correct? This is my R vector where it had a point P, X, Y, Z, something like that. And then we had different perpendiculars pointing downwards, like this, and like this, correct? So these all are a right angle triangle. Agree or not? Because all are in different planes, all are in three different mutually perpendicular directions. This P is perpendicular to this one. So all of these are going to form a right angle triangle. This one is also forming a right angle triangle, and also this particular thing is also going to form a right angle triangle. So this is my P dash, and this was something Q or S, whatever it was. Look into the diagram of yesterday's video. In that you can check that P dash and PQ are going to be a right angle triangle. And with these two triangles, the derivation is not there or not important also, but I want you all to understand how the concept was obtained of this particular formula. So two times the Pythagoras theorem is applied to two triangles, and for the first triangle, that is for I think maybe OP dash or something like this, this triangle will get an equation x square plus z square. Okay, using the yesterday's derivation, in that I'll get x square plus z square. Then I will get another equation called x square plus z square plus y square using the total, this one. Okay, this will be x square plus z square, something like that, and then you will get this one as y square. So when you add them up totally, you will get the distance or the length of OP, this OP vector or R vector. Okay, I hope it is clear. So OP vector, the length of OP vector or the length of R vector or magnitude of this R vector is given by the formula square root of x square plus y square plus z square. Now simply the square root of all the vectors, scalar components or square root of all the numbers, square of the numbers, when you add them and then take the square root, you will get the magnitude of that particular vector. Okay, so this part is nothing much you need to know about it, but only thing is that you need to remember or understand the concept, how it is obtained by using Pythagoras theorem, and you are going to use two triangles together and you will obtain a certain equation. So this equation is going to be the base for all the numericals which you are going to solve from now on. Okay, so remember the formula says that this magnitude of any vector is nothing but the square root of addition of all the squares of their the scalar components. I can write an example for this same thing, which is nothing but magnitude of r is equal to 2 square plus 4 square plus 3 square of this example I am talking about. So it will be 4 plus 16 plus 9. How much should that be? 29. Okay, root 29. So 29 cannot be simplified further. Keep it as it is. So this is nothing but my magnitude of a given vector. Okay, magnitude or length of a given vector. We can write it as units. Okay, so much of units. So much of units is the magnitude of that particular vector. Okay, so I hope you all have understood this part, and this is the first formula, or this is the first part of the formula which will be needing for the problems. Okay, so please note down this example as well when you can pause the video and note down this example as well. Okay, right. The next topic is about the few more calculations which will be helpful for you. Okay, few more types of calculations that will be helpful for you. That is from here. Okay, this. So this portion, this part of it, this you can take it as a note itself, or this is the starting part of the calculation of vectors. Okay, something related to addition, then subtraction, then multiplication. So these are the basic algebraic calculations which you can do with the vectors. So you can see if any vector, any one of the vector is given in the form of a vector as a1 I cap plus a2 j cap plus a3 k cap, where a1, a2, a3 are nothing but the scalar quantities like x, y and z over here, or they are numbers. You can see that is 2, 4, 3 like that. Something like a number will be given to you in the question, and another vector also will be given in the similar way. Let us take that as b1 I cap, b2 j cap and b3 k cap. Okay, so based on these two vectors, we'll try to create an algebraic formation, that is addition of two vectors. Suppose two vectors are given and I have to add them. So when I have to add them, I only have to add the scalar quantities. I need not add the vector quantities. Okay, that is I cap, j cap and k cap are unit vectors. Those are vector quantities. I can just keep it outside the bracket and I only add the scalar quantities. If a vector plus b vector is need to be found out, then it is just a1 plus b1 I cap and a2 plus b2 j cap and a3 plus b3 k cap. Okay, so this is the addition of vectors. Same exact way, it is nothing but the subtraction of a vector. A vector minus b vector is equal to a1 minus b1 I cap, then a2 minus b2 j cap, then a3 minus b3 k cap. Okay, this is just simple as that. Even addition or subtraction is going to be very simple in terms of numbers as well. But remember one thing, a minus b and b minus a is not the same. Okay, so don't do that mistake of writing b1 minus a1 in any one of these, then the whole answer will go wrong. So make sure whatever is asked and that only you are going to do. You don't remember this as a formula, please. You remember this as the pattern. This minus this, this minus this and this minus this. Okay, so that way your solving of problems becomes much more easier. So you need not remember and by heart the formulas. You can directly go on substituting the numbers and getting the answers. Now there is a third condition which you need to know, that if two vectors are equal, suppose assume that a vector and b vector, they are asking you to prove that it is equal vector. So they will give two vectors and prove, they are telling check whether the two vectors are equal or not. Now what you will do is, to find out whether that is equal or not, there is only one condition saying that if and only if their scalar components are equal, their respective scalar components, okay, the respective scalar components, that is the x component, that is a1 should be equal to b1. It should not be like a1 is equal to b2. The respective xyz components are equal to themselves. Then only the vector is equal to each other. They are called as equal vectors. You can see that here I cap and I cap is nothing but the x component, in which a1 is equal to b1. Check it. If a1 is equal to b1 and a2 is equal to b2 and a3 is equal to b3, then only the two two vectors are said to be equal vectors. This Yamaha RX100, very nice sound. Background music is very nice. Let it continue. Okay. So A1 B1 vector, if A1 is equal to B1, then all the scalar B2 A2 is equal to B3, then it is said to be two vectors are equal vectors. So this is how you will prove whether the two vectors are equal or not. So then the next thing comes is multiplication by a scalar. Whenever I am making video, all the vehicles will come this side only. Multiplication by a scalar. Multiplication by a scalar or multiplication by a number. Okay. So here, let me take lambda to be any one of a number or any scalar quantity. So if I have to multiply it to a vector, okay, if I have to multiply it to a vector, so what will happen is each scalar component needs to be multiplied to the scalar component of that vector quantity, okay, which means lambda is a number which I need to multiply. That number needs to be multiplied for all the components, that is lambda into A1, lambda into A2, lambda into A3. This is much simpler, you need not understand it in this way. You can simply think of, I'll take that example itself. If R is given as 2i cap plus 4j cap and plus 3k cap. If I have to multiply, assume 3, okay, 3 into R vector. So what will do? 3 into 2 I cap plus 3 into 4 j cap, then 3 into 3 k cap. So that will be obtained as 3 to 6 I cap plus 12 j cap plus 9 k cap. Okay, it is simple, very simple. You need not by heart that at all. You simply have to multiply the scalar to every single component, so it should give you the answer in the form of this one. Okay, so this is the basic understanding of calculation. These are not formulas, don't by heart them. So just understand, okay, these are the ways I can solve the vectors. Addition of two vectors I can do it in this way, subtraction I can do, then multiplication I can do it in this way. Okay, and remember this A and B vector multiplication of two vectors, this is only with the scalar. If I have to multiply two vectors, there comes another concept of dot product and cross product. That comes much later, so we will not discuss that when it is going to come. So before that, please pause the video and understand this, or rewind the video and understand this clearly. These are the basic calculations, and this is very important for you all to understand the numericals which is going to come. Okay, rewind or pause the video, note it.